Danny Koker's admirers believed that his career was concluded upon the conclusion of counting cars. He was facing a $2.7 million lawsuit, his marriage was in disarray, and he had lost 35 pounds due to stress. However, in 2024, the count astounded everyone. In a matter of months, his new venture doubled the annual revenue of his previous program, which was earning $15 million. However, the genuine astonishment was unrelated to automobiles. Today, we will explore the untold narrative of Danny Koker's rebuilding of his empire and the reasons why some admirers claim that he is unrecognizable. Danny Koker was born in Cleveland, Ohio, on January 5, 1964. His family was entirely focused on automobiles. Danny Koker Sr., his father, was an executive at Ford. Therefore, Danny's existence was significantly influenced by motorcycles and automobiles from the outset. His family, including his uncles, cousins, and family acquaintances, were also involved in the automobile industry. However, there was an additional characteristic that distinguished his lineage. His father was not exclusively interested in automobiles. He was also a gifted musician who played the keyboard and sang for the Cathedral Quartet, a renowned Southern gospel ensemble. No one could have anticipated the impact of this combination of music and automobiles on Danny. He was demonstrating his musical abilities on stage at Carnegie Hall by the age of 11. Danny's father presented him with a motorcycle when he was 8 years old. It was not merely a token of appreciation, it marked the beginning of a significant endeavor. Danny disassembled it piece by piece rather than simply pedaling it. Then, he was able to reassemble it. That was the moment he realized how much he enjoyed determining the workings of objects. From that point forward, he dedicated his time to the disassembly, repair, and enhancement of automobiles and bicycles. He was already working with his father on automotive projects as a teenager, acquiring all the necessary knowledge through self-teaching. Danny absorbed the manuals and automotive parts that his father brought home from Ford. He lacked sophisticated instruction. Only inquiry and a significant amount of practice. At the age of 16, he was already enhancing the performance of engines and reducing the temperature of automobiles. His initial automobile, a 1979 Camaro Z28, was one of his most significant early endeavors. The majority of children would have maintained the situation as it was, but Danny was an exception. He converted it into a street-legal race car. He encountered an immense obstacle, however, he ultimately resolved it. By the age of 18, he demonstrated to all that he was capable of managing challenging undertakings, even in the absence of formal training. This was merely the commencement of his extraordinary journey. Danny embarked on an unfamiliar endeavor in 1990. He transitioned into the role of a television presenter. On Saturday Fright at the Movies, a late-night horror movie program, he portrayed Count Cool Rider. He introduced corny horror movies every Saturday, and viewers in Las Vegas tuned in to watch. He adorned himself in a vampire costume, donned a cape and sunglasses, and contributed his own sense of amusement to the performance. Like Danny, his character was fond of classic vehicles, motorcycles, and Elvis. He even began to tell jokes with a humorous dialect that was influenced by his grandparents' origins in Yugoslavia. The program was not exclusively focused on the films. The addition of Danny's passion for music and automobiles served to enhance the enjoyment factor. Individuals cherished it. Additionally, his moniker, the Count, endured even after the program concluded in 2001. Danny did not conclude his actions at that point. In 1998, he capitalized on his passion for automobiles by establishing a modest establishment in Las Vegas known as Count's Customs. The establishment specialized in motorcycle customization, and the name was a tribute to his television character. Danny's aesthetic was distinctive. He was not limited to repairing bicycles and automobiles. He transformed them into an extraordinary entity. A 1932 Ford Roadster was one of his initial significant undertakings. Upon witnessing it, individuals were aware that the customs of the Count were unique. The establishment experienced an increase in customer traffic as a result of the rapid dissemination of information. In 2002, Danny relocated to a larger location to accommodate the sheer volume of work. He expanded from motorcycles to classic vehicles and even began producing custom parts. Danny's life was forever altered in 2004 when he received a telephone call from Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy requested a customized motorcycle, and Danny fulfilled his request. The bike was remarkable, featuring bat-themed details and luminous paint. It garnered national attention and established the Count's Customs as a household name. The store continued to expand as time passed. It was no longer merely a store by 2010. Danny transformed it into a brand. He also began selling merchandise and opened a rock bar called Count's Vamped, as well as a tattoo parlor. The transformation of Danny's passion into something much larger than he could have ever envisaged was evident when Count's Customs expanded to a 30,000 square foot workshop with more than 50 employees. Danny Koker's ascent to prominence began abruptly on July 19, 2009. He made his debut on Pawn Stars to evaluate a 1968 Mustang GT Fastback. He was already well known in the local community and owned Count's Customs, a car and motorcycle store in Las Vegas, at the time. Rick Harrison, proprietor of the pawn shop, required an individual who possessed a profound comprehension of vintage automobiles. Danny's charisma and expertise were immediately apparent, and the audience adored him. Over the course of 3 years, he appeared in 23 episodes of Pawn Stars and established himself as an audience favorite. The Count, as he previously hosted a horror movie program on a local television station. However, his subsequent appearance nearly resulted in a disastrous outcome. He and Rick engaged in a dispute regarding the worth of a 1957 Chevy Bel Air. The situation became so acrimonious that Danny left the set, and producers were required to intervene to defuse the situation. Danny received a personal call from Rick, who assured him that he would have greater autonomy over his roles on the show. And their on-screen rapport became a favorite among viewers. In June 2011, the concept for Counting Cars was conceived. Brent Montgomery, a producer from Left Field Pictures, was in Count's home to film for Pawn Stars. Danny was observed in the process of negotiating the purchase of an uncommon 1970 Plymouth Superbird. Danny's immediate offer of $75,000 demonstrated his enthusiasm for automobiles. Montgomery believed that this would be an exceptional television program. The History Channel premiered Counting Cars on August 13, 2012. The program recounted the acquisition, restoration, and sale of vintage motorcycles and automobiles by Danny and his team. The show's uniqueness was its comprehensive depiction of the entire process, from Danny's initial discovery of the vehicle to its final reveal following its restoration. The initial episode completed the circle by showcasing the restoration of a 1968 Mustang Fastback, the same model of vehicle that he appraised on Pawn Stars. The History Channel attracted 3.1 million viewers, a significantly higher audience than their typical ratings. Immediately following the triumph, an order for additional episodes was placed, and filming commenced within 2 weeks. Man, you are everywhere. Turning over stones is my occupation. I am excavating in the backyards of individuals. Never halting, never ceasing, peeking in garage doors. The program rapidly gained popularity on the History Channel. By the conclusion of the inaugural season, the average number of viewers per episode was 2.9 million. In certain instances, it even outperformed Pawn Stars, the program that preceded it. Counting Cars was exhibited in 150 countries by 2014. Rick Harrison, you know him. He is a participant in the television reality program Pawn Stars. We had the opportunity to extend a warm welcome to Rick DIRI and inquire about his perspective on the roar. Additionally, it should be translated into 38 languages. It was the most watched American reality program in Germany, with 1.5 million viewers per episode. Some unexpected consequences resulted from the show's success. The police in Las Vegas reported a 37% increase in the number of classic car burglaries in 2015. They were of the opinion that the program served as an incentive for criminals to concentrate on the specific vehicles that were showcased. Danny was compelled to caution automobile proprietors to exercise caution. The show's popularity was also influenced by Danny's distinctive appearance. He was characterized by his long hair, beard, and all-black attire featuring skull designs. His aesthetic was not exclusively reserved for television. It demonstrated his affection for rock music. And the number of members in his ensemble is 77. Fans admired his ability to combine his musical personality, business acumen, and knowledge of automobiles. According to a 2016 survey, the majority of viewers tuned into the program due to their admiration for Danny's demeanor. Danny also possessed a few amusing eccentricities. He was of the opinion that a leather jacket he had possessed since 1989 brought him good luck when purchasing cars. It was never washed by him. Additionally, it contained a pocket that was embroidered with over $10,000 to facilitate spontaneous purchases. On November 5, 2013, Danny illustrated his expansive heart in a single instance. He restored a 1981 Corvette that belonged to a Vietnam veteran who had passed away. Danny was so affected that he wept during the reveal when he presented the vehicle to the veteran's widow. With 4.3 million viewers, this episode became the most viewed in the show's history. The path to Danny Koker's success is a combination of hard work, creativity, and devotion. His business, Counts Customs, experienced rapid growth as a result of the success of his television program, Counting Cars. By 2018, the business had grown from a modest 7,000 square foot space to a vast 40,000 square foot facility. Danny was able to undertake more ambitious and thrilling undertakings as a result of this expansion. His team of more than 50 skilled workers was accomplishing 75 custom builds annually by 2020, a significant increase from the mere handful of custom builds that were completed prior to the show. His signature work was priced at a premium, and clients were prepared to wait for up to 18 months for his distinctive designs. The shop's annual revenue exceeded $15 million by 2019, a significant increase from the $500,000 it generated in its inaugural year. Additionally, Danny initiated the sale of merchandise bearing the Counts Customs brand, including clothing and accessories. This contributed an additional $3 million to the business annually by 2021. Danny did not conclude his actions at that point. In 2017, he initiated the sale of rare car parts for classic restorations, which accounted for 20% of the shop's revenue by 2022. He also initiated workshops and provided training to new individuals in car restoration, thereby establishing his business as a leader in the industry. Danny's abilities also attracted renowned patrons who desired his unique touch on their vehicles. He was employed by Ozzy Osbourne in 2016 to design a custom motorcycle. It required 6 months to complete and incurred a cost exceeding $150,000. The motorcycle was equipped with a robust 124 cubic inch engine and hand-painted bat wings, transforming it into a masterpiece. Danny was requested by NBA superstar LeBron James to restore a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air in 2018. This 8-month endeavor was distinguished by a purple and gold interior that was influenced by the Lakers, as well as a state-of-the-art sound system. The vehicle garnered significant attention in automobile magazines and was valued at more than $500,000. Danny was involved in a significant undertaking for the Las Vegas Mob Museum in 2020. He restored 5 vintage Cadillacs that were equipped with bulletproof glass and concealed compartments, a feature that was commonly used by mobsters in the 1960s and 1970s. The $2.5 million endeavor garnered significant attention and was even adapted into a 2-hour television special. Famous clientele that Danny has served include: in 2022, he successfully completed one of his most difficult projects, a $1 million restoration of John Lennon's 1965 Rolls-Royce Phantom 5, which was hallucinogenic in nature. The task necessitated the acquisition of uncommon components from 3 distinct continents and occupied 2 years. Danny established Counts Vamped Rock Bar and Grill in Las Vegas in 2012. The establishment became a preferred destination for automobile enthusiasts and music enthusiasts. Rare rock memorabilia adorned the walls, while antiquated motorcycles hung from the ceiling. The bar distinguished itself in the bustling Las Vegas nightlife scene by hosting live music every night during its inaugural year. Danny expanded the area in 2015 by incorporating a large outdoor patio with a stage and a rotating display of classic automobiles from his collection. This enabled the establishment to organize events such as Rocktoberfest, which annually attracts more than 10,000 enthusiasts. In 2018, Danny formed a partnership with a brewery to establish Counts Custom Brew, a collection of craft beers that are readily available in bars and retailers throughout Nevada. The bar was employing 75 staff members, hosting over 500 performances annually, and earning over $8 million annually by 2022. In 2013, Danny also pursued his passion for music by establishing an ensemble known as Counts 77. He assumed the role of main singer, and he was accompanied by exceptional musicians from Las Vegas. Their debut album, which was released in 2014, was characterized by a strong rock sound that was reminiscent of the 1970s. The album, Counts 77, peaked at number 26 on the Billboard Hard Rock chart, and their single received extensive radio airplay. In 2016, the band embarked on their inaugural national tour, performing 50 performances across the United States and earning a total of more than $2 million. In 2017, they released their second album, Soul Transfusion, which achieved even greater success, peaking at number 15 on the Billboard Hard Rock chart. Summer of '77, their most successful single, reached the 22nd position on the mainstream rock chart. In 2018, the band performed in front of 40,000 admirers at major festivals such as Rocklahoma. In 2022, the band had released 4 albums, sold over 500,000 records, and began an annual Counts Rock cruise, which allowed fans to witness the band and other classic rock bands perform on a luxury ship. The cruise's popularity was such that it was sold out months in advance. Danny Koker's existence behind the scenes of Counting Cars was far from the glamorous image that is depicted on television. The program achieved rapid popularity upon its debut on August 13, 2012. However, Danny's actuality was significantly more challenging. Sometimes, he labored for weeks without taking a single day off, working up to 18 hours per day. The tension began to manifest by 2015. In the span of 3 months, he shed 35 pounds, which caused concern among those in his vicinity. Overseeing both the performance and his business, the Counts Customs, was an overwhelming task. Danny acknowledged in a 2018 interview that he was compelled to decline approximately 37 custom tasks per month due to filming. This exacerbated the pressure, resulting in a loss of roughly $4.8 million annually for his shop. The challenges did not conclude at that point. Danny frequently engaged in disagreements with producers, particularly regarding the manufactured drama of the program. The situation reached a boiling point on March 3, 2019, when producers requested that he fabricate a client dispute. Danny's departure from the set was precipitated by his frustration, which resulted in a 3-day production halt and a loss of $180,000. Simultaneously, Danny's personal life was influenced by the program. He was unable to attend 8 significant family events, including his nephew's nuptials, as a result of the filming. In a podcast recorded in 2020, he disclosed the isolation he experienced as a result. Nevertheless, Danny maintained his dedication to his establishment. Despite the fact that it increased his stress levels, he spent $2.3 million in 2021 to enhance the Counts Customs. The summer is going to be a sweltering one for custom automobiles. A new season has been established for the counting of vehicles, and I had the opportunity to meet with the Count earlier in the week. Additionally, he encountered legal complications. In 2014, a couple claimed that they paid $11,000 for a 1967 Ford Mustang and $39,000 for restoration work, but they never received the car. They filed a lawsuit against Counts Customs for $50,000. To exacerbate the situation, their counsel disclosed that an employee had guaranteed that their vehicle would be featured on the program and had even extended an offer of $20,000 in complimentary upgrades. This resulted in a media hysteria, with the story being covered by more than 27 news outlets. In 2017, the situation became more serious when Counts Customs accused a former employee, Joseph Frontiera, of embezzling $75,000. It is alleged that he utilized company funds to purchase a Range Rover and airline tickets, resulting in an $18,000 IRS penalty for the business. The shop was accused of overcharging 17 former clients by as much as 300% in a $2.7 million lawsuit filed in 2021, which was the most severe blow. Danny's reputation was damaged, and legal fees accrued, resulting in a total loss of over $1.2 million. He even entertained the possibility of selling a portion of his automobile collection to offset the expenses. The authenticity of the program was also a topic of concern among fans. Please elaborate on this matter. My wife's automobile is that one. That is an absolute lunacy. What year is it? Once more, the year 1970. 70, convertible, carnet, plumb insane. 440, automatic. That is exquisite. In 2016, a leaked document disclosed that numerous spontaneous occurrences, such as the discovery of a vehicle, were premeditated. In a single month, online engagement decreased by 32%, and fans felt betrayed. In 2018, the situation deteriorated when former cast member Scott Jones alleged that 70% of the drama was fabricated, including client reactions. A crew member placed a for sale sign on a vehicle just before Danny discovered it in a viral video in 2019, which compelled producers to acknowledge that certain aspects of the show were staged. When a former client released audio recordings in 2020 of staff coaching him to appear disappointed during a car reveal, the backlash intensified. These controversies even prompted the History Channel to contemplate the cancellation of the program. Rather, they opted to implement more stringent regulations, mandating that a minimum of 60% of the content be authentic. Danny's marriage to Danny Koker was also adversely affected by the show's requirements. Rumors of trouble were sparked when the couple was observed bickering outside a restaurant in 2017. In 2019, Danny acknowledged that they had not taken a vacation together in 3 years and that she felt like a lonely TV widow. Danny filed for separation in 2020, citing irreconcilable differences, as their marriage had reached a breaking point. The rapport between Danny and his business partner, Kevin Mack, also deteriorated. Kevin stated that they had minimal communication outside of work due to Danny's isolation and concentration on the program. Danny was also affected by the tension while on set. Crew members observed that he was becoming increasingly irritable, and on one occasion, he refused to leave his trailer following a contentious phone conversation with Danny. However, there was a critical juncture. Danny and Danny reconciled on Christmas Day, 2020, following a sincere conversation in which he pledged to prioritize their relationship. In early 2021, they declared that they would discontinue the operation of their rock bar, Count's Vamped, in order to concentrate on their marriage. Danny also made the decision to decrease the number of episodes for Counting Cars, reducing the number from 26 to 16 per season. Although some admirers were disappointed, Danny's decision enabled him to concentrate on his personal life and health. Fans of Counting Cars were taken aback on December 14, 2021. After 10 seasons, the History Channel discreetly declared the program's conclusion. The final episode, Mustang Madness, had already been broadcast without any indication that it was the denouement. People were perplexed due to the show's substantial fan base and favorable ratings. The 10th season was also shorter than the norm, consisting of only 12 episodes as opposed to the 26 to 30 episodes that viewers were accustomed to. It was not anticipated that this brief season would serve as the conclusion. Additionally, the scheduling was peculiar. The automotive sector experienced a 3% increase in car sales in 2021, indicating that it was recovering from the pandemic. It was illogical to discontinue a program about automobiles during a period of market improvement. Counting Automobiles had become a fan favorite over the years. It commenced in August 2012 and lasted for 153 episodes, showcasing remarkable custom constructions and car restorations. Fans were particularly fond of the rigorous deadlines and obstacles, such as the 72-hour restoration of a 1969 Camaro by Danny and his team. They managed to accomplish this feat, which rendered the program thrilling to observe. However, numerous narratives were incomplete when the program concluded. For instance, in Season 8, Danny acquired a 1956 Chevy Bel Air and declared his intention to transform it into an extraordinary vehicle. The ultimate outcome was never disclosed to the fans. This served to exacerbate the sense of disappointment and incompleteness that accompanied the abrupt cancellation. Danny the Count Koker did not state anything following the conclusion of the program, which was unusual for him. He delighted in engaging with his followers on social media platforms. Nevertheless, he maintained an absence of communication for 47 days following December 14. His final tweet, which was published the day prior to the finale, stated, "Tune in tomorrow night for an all-new episode of Counting Cars. This event is not to be missed." He was unaware that this would be the final episode. Danny even canceled the Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale auction, an event that he had attended annually for the past 8 years. Fans began to express concern. Customs are counted by the business, which further complicates the situation. On January 5, 2022, they eliminated all references to the counting of vehicles from their website. They did not provide an explanation for this. The store was inundated with inquiries from fans. Some individuals believed that Danny was bound by a contract that prohibited him from discussing the cancellation. Others suspected that he was developing a new program. There was even a wild rumor that he had sold the business and retired. At the same time, the show's memorabilia became exceedingly popular. A garment that Danny wore in Season 3 was sold on eBay for $7,500, which is significantly higher than its typical value. Danny finally broke his reticence on January 30, 2022. He shared a photo on Instagram of himself with a 1957 Chevy Bel Air that had been partially restored. The caption stated that the voyage is eternal, despite the uncertainty of the road ahead. Friends, remain vigilant. Although this post did not provide a great deal of detail, it did offer admirers the hope that he was not yet finished. Despite the conclusion of the program, the customs of the Count persisted. Danny and his colleagues concentrated on their craft in the absence of cameras. They were involved in more complex and extensive undertakings. For instance, in March 2023, they completed a 1967 Chevy Camaro restoration that required more than 2,500 hours. This type of task was not feasible during the show due to the tighter deadlines. Danny also initiated the restoration of rare automobiles, such as a 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Goldwing, in November 2023. It is anticipated that the project will require 18 months and cost $1.5 million to complete. New technology was also implemented by the shop. They acquired a 3D printer for $250,000 in July 2024. This facilitated the development of custom automotive parts that were previously unattainable. Business improved even further, despite the absence of television appearances. The crew was less stressed due to the absence of filming, and Count's Customs experienced a 30% increase in clientele. Danny also began collaborating with exclusive celebrity clientele who were of the highest quality. He was responsible for the construction of a custom 1969 Mustang for actor Chris Hemsworth in April 2024. It featured an interior crafted from eucalyptus wood and a paint job that was inspired by Thor. In another undertaking, they restored a $30 million Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic for a collector. They even began producing motorcycles for royalty, such as the Prince of Monaco, who specifically requested a custom vehicle with gold plating and diamond accents. Danny collaborated with Snoop Dogg in August 2024 to develop a collection of personalized low-riders. In a mere 48 hours, all 10 vehicles were sold out, generating millions of dollars. In 2024, the business achieved its most successful year to date, earning $45 million, which was twice the amount they earned during the final year of the show. Danny demonstrated that he did not require the cameras to maintain his position, even without accounting for the number of vehicles. Meanwhile, in 2018, he disclosed to all that he was experiencing a cardiac condition. This took many by surprise, as he consistently appeared to be brimming with vitality on television. His health was adversely affected by the stress resulting from the management of his custom car business and working on a television program. He began to experience weight gain and other health complications. However, Koker resolved to alter his lifestyle. He diligently pursued weight loss and ultimately removed more than 50 pounds. He started exercising consistently and improved his diet. These modifications not only improved his physical health but also improved his mental well-being. Koker has emphasized the significance of self-care, which has served as an inspiration to his followers. He now appears more animated in content, demonstrating that it is never too late to reverse the course of events, regardless of the challenges he faces. Prior to this, in 2017, Koker encountered significant difficulties in managing his addiction. He encountered legal complications, and his admirers were taken aback when they learned that he had been sentenced to 30 days in jail. The case involved a former employee of Count's Customs and controlled substances. Rather than concealing his issues, Koker acknowledged them and resolved to alter his life. He initiated efforts to maintain his sobriety and received assistance from his family, colleagues, and professionals. Koker also began discussing his travails, which rendered him more empathetic to those who were confronted with comparable challenges. Over time, he regained the trust of his peers and emerged as a source of optimism for others. He now disseminates messages of inspiration, reassuring individuals that recovery is feasible provided they remain dedicated and receive assistance. His narrative illustrates the potential of hard work and determination to reconstruct one's life following setbacks. In 2024, Koker made a significant announcement that caught everyone off guard. He stated that he was temporarily suspending his automobile counting activities in order to concentrate on his band, Count 77, for an entire year. This decision was made subsequent to a significant concert that took place at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado. A performance that lasted nearly 4 hours was performed by the band in front of 9,000 admirers. It was an enormous success, particularly due to the participation of rock icons Alice Cooper and Sammy Hagar on stage. Koker and the band subsequently announced the Grease and Gears Global Takeover, a colossal world tour. The event commenced on April 1, 2024, in Tokyo, Japan, with a concert that drew at least 50,000 attendees. A full symphony orchestra was even featured in certain tracks, incorporating a unique element into their rock sound. The stage design was also remarkable, featuring a car lift that introduced a variety of classic cars to the stage during each performance. However, the tour was not exclusively focused on music. Koker declared that 50% of the proceeds would be allocated to a new foundation. This foundation would assist in the preservation of classic American muscle vehicles and provide training to young individuals on how to restore them. Individuals were enthusiastic about this concept. Additionally, it resulted in Koker collaborating with Elon Musk to develop sustainable fuel for obsolete automobiles. The tour was an enormous success, generating more than $100 million in revenue within a single month. Koker's passion for music and his love for automobiles were brought together in an extraordinary manner, demonstrating that hard work and dedication can result in extraordinary accomplishments, even in the face of adversity.